And let's come on back for part 3. This has got to be part 3 of one-shots. So, you guys have just slain the ogres and are standing around catching your breath. All temporary damage from bludgeoning resolves now.
Woo! How much money do I get?
15 silver.
15 silver?
Because it was 60 divided by 4.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Like
that's a lot of sponge baths if you can't do that math.
I know.
Phase 3 all the way.
Phase 3 was sponge baths.
Phase 3 was profit.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So I hope somebody with a longer attention span. So I'm hoping somebody with a longer attention span is going to read the documents.
I'll read the documents. Actually, can I read? I can't.
You said a longer attention span.
Can I read?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
All right. I look at it.
Give me the documents. I'll see if there's any interesting expression material in there.
I taste the parchment. What does it taste like?
It tastes like victory.
All right.
I think that needs to be said in a lower voice.
It tastes
with a pause.
like victory.
No, a pause before victory. I think let's do this right. You got to commit.
It tastes like victory.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So we continue walking.
Yeah.
I'm eating, and
I think was Justin reading the document?
yeah, Doc's reading.
Can I ride on Bison's shoulders while I read? So I'm not walking.
You gotta ask Bison that.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
You're strong. You can handle it.
145 pounds plus
I weigh
58 pounds of equipment.
I weigh less than 2.
How do movement rates scale with encumbrance?
At medium, you're at half movement speed. Light, you're at a quarter rounded up.
Yeah. So you can ride on my shoulders, but we would be moving quite slowly.
My speed's 3. So
Really?
Yeah.
He's a dwarf.
Wait, how much do you weigh?
145 pounds plus 50 pounds of equipment.
60 pounds of equipment.
90.
58 pounds of equipment.
We'd have to do some rearranging because that would put me at heavy encumbrance. I could, if I didn't have any of my own equipment, I could carry just and move at 3.5. So, does anyone have spare room?
Piggyback ride. My character's going to want a piggyback ride.
You're already giving a piggyback ride to your squirrel constantly, so you got to bear that in mind.
So everybody's getting a piggyback ride except for me.
It is really critical that I stay unencumbered. Otherwise, I would carry stuff. I totally would, but I think we all understand how important it is for me to be unencumbered.
Of course. Anyway.
All right.
So you guys, the documents are talking about how it's a message that was being delivered to a sage in Palanthas because the sender of the message, his child is stricken with dysentery, and if he doesn't get the cure, his child will have diarrhea forever.
No.
Harsh. So Palanthas is like north of High Claris Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other way.
Oh well.
I sense a follow-up quest.
Cobalt or hobgoblins.
Quest.
Hobgoblins.
Let's go kill some hobgoblins. I want 600 gold or whatever it was.
So we keep heading south.
Okay. You guys head south for a little bit more. Let's bring up our map here.
Yeah, how far are we along?
Let's even show the map on stream because we have the technology, guys. We do.
Boom.
So here is our handy dandy map.
And we're not to Stoneboro yet.
No, the players are about 2/3 of the way by the time night falls. Actually, a little bit closer. You're almost to Stoneboro.
Can we get a moving red line?
A what?
Can we get a moving red line? You know,
No.
like Raiders.
Our technology's not that advanced.
No, I would have to set that up ahead of time. I'm sorry. I'm not that good of a DM. You guys are most of the way to Stoneboro by the time night falls.
Montage?
Yeah, we can montage it.
So we're there tomorrow.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Do you guys set watches? Do the normal camping out in the street or in the fields thing, and the night
Well,
How
so
far are we
office.
from Stoneboro? How far do we think? How much further do we think it is?
It's probably another 8 miles to Stoneboro by the time the sun goes down. You could
It's not
power
like-
through to the night, but it would take you another few hours.
I'm not sleeping under a tree like some sort of barbarian. I'm sorry.
I'll be sleeping under a tree whether we make it to Stoneboro or not. I'm happy to keep walking now.
My endurance is really high. I'll keep walking. It's fine.
I gotta keep walking.
All right, keep walking.
All right, you guys power through late into the night, and eventually arrive in Stoneboro, which is again another fort town, but it's got a nice big stone wall around it, with a small keep in the middle, and then there's a small population for the town. So it's a medium-sized keep.
Is there a guard at the gate?
Oh yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
They see you coming. They give a look at you guys, and especially a nice long look at Bison, and say, "State your business after dark."
Do they ask me, or do they?
Just in general to the party.
So
I
I'll,
said we didn't want to camp out on the road.
Just passing
Put it
through.
on. Knowing what a fine town was laying just over hill and dale, we decided we had to come here and take our business to this town. We can't wait to stimulate the local economy, let me tell you.
Where are you headed through to?
To here,
Stoneboro is your final destination?
it is.
All right. Come on in, and they open the gate for you.
All right,
that
I'll
was
flip
easy.
them across the piece.
Thanks.
I'll flip
Now
the
I'm very
silver pieces we got
suspicious.
I'm not used to getting let in gates. Usually have to bash them down, or
I am totally
Wait
used to
outside.
it. It's my winning personality. I would have been shocked if they hadn't let us in.
I asked the guard if there's a tavern that has an eating contest.
Gosh, even the eating contests.
He looks at you and says, "No, I don't think so."
It's probably like 1 a.m.
I mean,
It's just
yeah, it's really late. He's like, "Eating contest? What do you think? We have an overabundance of food? Where do you think this is?"
I think you have an underabundance of entertainment.
oh god.
Dude, don't. He doesn't know.
Get
what
inside
he's
before I kick you out.
talking.
All right. Well, since we're flush with silver from our latest thing, I'll tip him a silver.
He nods, kind of gives an appreciative thanks, buddy.
All right. Someone's dog singing.
Oh, those would be dogs in the house. Sorry.
Well, I mean, the town could have stray dogs. That
Yeah.
could be a thing.
This
Yeah.
is the background
Yeah.
noise from the
We need to get inside. There's wolves about.
All right. So I imagine sleeping on the ground inside this town is much less pleasant than outside.
Totally. But you could sleep in one of the many taverns.
Yes, I find the nicest inn.
Sleep inside?
I'm too big for most beds.
You are.
Also, they don't really have beds. They just have like pallets of straw.
Yeah. Stuffed into sheets, basically.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
wolves
All right.
stopped.
So,
I heard
so
we
we
were
can-
coming.
so
Find a tavern.
yeah, you guys find a tavern. Bison, are you gonna sleep outside?
If the bar is still open,
No,
Is it-
the bar is still open. The bar is open all night long.
so I'll probably eat and drink and then just fall. I mean, unless
All
they
right.
kick me out, just fall asleep
So go up
in
to
the
the
tavern
innkeeper.
area.
I'll go up to the innkeeper. We need 3 rooms, and we need to stable our bison.
He gives you a bit of a chuckle and says, "All right, yeah, I got some rooms for you. 3 silver a night, and that covers breakfast too."
All right. How much did we get from the ogres? 60? So
15 each. Yeah.
I already wrote
I got
down
this
that
covered, guys. I'll lay out the cash.
Just like
I'm rich until I'm broke.
you're flush. You're just gonna pay for our.
So he has 2. You have 2 silver left, Rob.
No, the ogres are going to pay for the rooms. Like I said,
Fair enough.
I've
Rich
already
and-
collected on mine. Mine is already in my bag.
is 50. I was assuming someone handed me my pocket. The first money I ever made.
All right.
All right. I don't know about anybody else, but Ryan was underwater for a minute for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of turned into a robot for a moment. First money I ever
It
made.
was the first money he ever made.
Yeah. Well, we gathered.
Sure.
That's cool. So you guys all go to sleep. You drink. Eventually, you get kicked out when you start passing out at the bar. Bartender gives you a push with the broom handle. Goes, hey, you paid for
Hey,
a
I
room or
don't
you go outside.
I don't pass out.
We
I'm
paid
fine.
for a room already, didn't we?
Yeah, I paid for 3 rooms.
Yeah.
You paid for 3 rooms yourself.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
for you guys, and the stables for Bison.
Did they actually shoot me to the stables when I fall asleep?
I mean, he says, get on out, get out, get out. There are
You
some
probably-
stables nearby with a bunch of hay.
If it's obvious,
I specifically asked and paid to have him safe.
All right, then it's another silver.
Okay, so I've got 1 left.
All right.
I'll spend that drinking. So hopefully some of these guys just bought me some drinks.
No, you've got more than that. I was assuming you bought 4 rooms, right?
You wanted to sleep outside.
Sure.
I would
You've spent
honor your
11
wishes.
silver. You
I
have 4
sprung
silver
for
left.
stables for you.
All right.
You have 4 silver left plus whatever you already had on you.
Okay. Eventually, you guys figure out your sleeping arrangements somehow, and everyone goes to bed. Next morning, you guys wake up a little groggy because you wake up with the sun, and you were up pretty late last night. And what do you do?
I immediately ordered ale because the cure for a hangover is to keep drinking. If you don't stop drinking, you can't get a hangover.
Does that
Right.
actually work?
Jack is really sure of this.
Do I
Jack
get an act-
insists. Phase 1, order ale. Phase 3, no hangover.
All right.
So do I get an actual breakfast, or do they feed me some
No, you get an actual breakfast. It's not enough for you, though. It never is.
How many days ration did the rider have?
3.
Okay, so I probably ate about 2
So
of those
that's your
yesterday,
breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
but I may still have some leftovers.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So, what do you after having breakfast and a little bit of ale? What do you guys all do?
If no one in the party
I'm going
comes
to
up
make
with-
sure that Bison gets a lot to eat. I'm going to buy extra breakfast for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently he's got to pleasure a bunch of hobgoblins tonight.
Oh, wait. Here's the thing. We've been hired to just go kill hobgoblins. I'm just supposed to wander around the
We've
park.
been hired to. Well, he's supposed to pleasure them, and then we need to destroy their presents. That's right. Whatever presents they have, we're to take care of.
Yes, that's right. We're gonna smash their
It's
bread.
really weird, but the 600. Apparently, she's into some weird stuff. That's fine. I don't judge. 600 gold's on the line.
How do we prove that we pleasured them? Do we have to bring something back? Should we get little vials?
I have a feeling that once it's done, there will be a look on Bison's face that A, you will be able to take, and that B will prove that the deed was done.
You'll see a man who's looked into the abyss, and the abyss is a man with memories that cannot be forgotten. No matter how hard. No matter how hard.
A man who can never ever get it up again.
It's the weirdest quest ever, but hey.
So none of the party has a better.
And we have to pleasure them
I'm
because
just
she wanted
gonna
to keep
straight
our
up-
hands free. It's obvious.
Yeah. And
Okay,
stuff
and
with the
I-
presents, I'm not sure what she's got against gifts, but 600 gold, I'll stop those presents.
I'm just gonna ask the barkeep where the hobgoblins are.
Barkeep says, "Hey, how'd you know that there were hobgoblins about?"
Came to smash them.
No, we're smashing their presents.
Well,
Came to smash their presents.
that'd be awfully kind of you. Things have been a little tense. People say they haven't been able to send out troops because of the shit going on with Atrilla. But yeah, there's been some hobgoblin raids on passers-by recently. people attract.
Do we know who Trilla is?
Atrilla is the neighboring kingdom.
Okay.
Stoneboro is on like the very border between the Palanthas, which is more of like it's not quite a kingdom. It's not ruled by a king. It's ruled by a council. And Atrilla, which is the neighboring kingdom that actually has a king.
Is Hollow Rock in the neighboring kingdom?
Yeah.
So the border is that weird thing.
The brown dots are hills. It's like a range
and
of
those
hills.
separate.
Yeah. So tensions between the two regions have been fairly high recently, and hobgoblins have begun to raid the road south of Stoneboro from time to time, and they've been spotted in the hills to the northwest. But no one's sent out any troops yet because it hasn't gotten bad enough.
So the plan must be that once Bison's done, the hobgoblins won't be so grumpy, and they'll just go back where they came from. This is making more sense now.
All right. So after a hearty breakfast, I say we head down the path and
Do it. So we head
maybe
down back.
Well, wait, we've got to find these hobgoblins. What's our plan for finding them? Are we going to try to track them? Are we going to
walk a little ways down the path
act rich and try to get robbed, or what?
Well, let's.
Could we why don't we ask where the last time they attacked or were seen was, and then we'll go there and the ranger can track them.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Right. I go up to the barkeep and I'm like, where was the last time the hobgoblin was seen around these parts?
Oh, he's like, well, a few days ago, there were some hobgoblins that came by here, tried to sneak a sheep from outside of town, but, got caught, got driven off.
Plan is making more and more sense.
Where was that?
That was just north of the town, just outside of the wall, where there's a Farmer Johnson keeps his goats and his sheep.
Thank you kindly, sir. All right, we head out. We go north. I try to find Farmer Johnson.
Okay. After coming along, you find Farmer Johnson. I mean, he's like one of the few farmers on that side of town. And he's like, hey, my name's Richard. How's it going?
All right. Hello, Richard. That's a lovely name. We heard that you've been tussled up by some hobgoblins lately. Can you tell me about that?
When them hobgoblins try to take my sheep, I beat them off with a stick.
You sound like a resourceful fellow.
Dear God, that must have been painful.
Keep it together, guys. Keep it together.
Can you show me where on the farm?
show us on the farm.
I asked him what the hobgoblin's face looked like when he was beating him off with a stick, because that's got to be a unique expression.
Right, after learning about the ogre face, where can you tell me where the ogre came?
The what? The hobgoblin?
Hobgoblin.
Sorry, hobgoblin.
Where'd they come from?
Yes.
They came from between those two hills over there.
All right.
All right.
Where they entered your property?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Well, move along, guys. Leave that behind. All right. Where did the hobgoblin enter your property?
When he was
see
finished.
that back door over there? They came in through that door.
Okay, I go look at the door. All right.
Don't just rush in the back door.
No,
You got to work up to it.
I'm not. I'm checking it out.
So the back door's been tainted by the.
Yeah.
All right. I inspected.
How long can we drag this on?
All right. So I try to take a look. What's going on there? Can I track anything?
Yeah, you find some footprints.
Maybe some scat at the back door.
You go through the skate. It's kind of squeaky. Could use a little oil. And you find some hobgoblin footprints.
All right. So, using my tracking skills, I'm like, I think maybe we should follow these footprints. Those might lead to a hobgoblin.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on. I look over at Bison. I look at his javelins. And I tap. Then we go, we want to keep these sticks handy. Apparently, they're into that sort of thing.
I'm the one with the javelins.
I'm just going to put my stick.
Yeah. Sharpened stick.
Okay.
Yeah, Dyson has
Bison
hardwood for
sharpened
all
sticks.
those hobgoblins.
Good.
Make it stop.
So, all right, Neil, let's focus.
All right, I'm focused.
Keep
Here.
it together. Where are we
Yeah.
going? We're
All
following
right, so you're following the tracks, right? You're going out through the forest, and you start entering into the hilly region.
Is it?
Fine, yes.
Are these some fertile plains that we're going into?
Make it stop.
It's just like nice rolling hills, a couple of soft mountains up there. You start walking into them.
Are we like on a
And-
path, or is it just
No,
some-
you can. The ranger's tracking for a little while, and at this point, you need to make a tracking check. Actually,
All right.
right? Because at first, it was just like when you were leaving the farm area, it was kind of a muddy path that you could pretty follow easily. This time, it's gotten pretty difficult.
Okay, so it's D20.
Plus
Wait.
perception plus 6.
There was a muddy path outside of the back door.
Well, it's a farm. Of course, there's a muddy path. All the
Where was
grazing.
that diarrhea letter coming from again?
That was coming from around here.
Wait, plus. Why do I get plus 6?
Rangers get plus 6 on tracking. It's in the class.
Kaboom! 34.
34. Holy shit!
Shit.
All right, yeah, you track the shit out of those things. You got really high perception, don't you? Yeah. So you keep following the path, the tracks, and they lead you to. Actually, you guys wind up following for like 45 minutes, an hour, and eventually they lead you into the hills. And beyond the crest of one of these hills is a small abandoned mine shaft, and the tracks lead right to the edge of it.
All right.
Well,
I think I
phase
know
one.
This place. This is the double
I imagine
entendre
this
mine.
is where they keep their presents. So this is probably the place to go.
Yeah, their presents are definitely near a shaft.
There's a winch at the top with a pulley that has like a bucket that's kind of like sitting near the top of the mine shaft. It's not like really a bucket. It's like a big, what do you call it?
Basket.
Trough?
Basket, just a cart or something that you could probably fit a lot of rocks in, or maybe you could fit like 2 normal people or 1 bison.
It's a cart like on a track?
No, it's a cart on a winch that like you would lower into the.
So the mine shaft is straight down.
Yeah, it's straight
Used to
down.
haul or up.
Yeah,
All right.
Or hobgoblins.
right.
It's on a winch. You don't actually need to like hold the rope.
All right. I think that Bison needs to go first because we need to let him down slowly, and probably all 3 of us need.
Now, is that the only way into the mine?
From what you can see, you've only been standing here a few seconds.
Well, wait,
So the footprints go though,
there's
right?
got to be another way because
Don't
otherwise, how does someone get back up?
I
They'd either have to have somebody stationed up here all the time,
asked Rosemary
so
in.
look for somebody else.
I looked down the shaft. How
Well, I mean,
far does it
there's like
go?
a rope that goes all the way down the shaft, so you could lower
Does it
and
end
raise
just
from
there?
all
Oh, so
Is
they
that
can
sides.
pull
safe?
themselves up from the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the shaft is pretty. It gets dark, especially since the sun is up and then the light and then the darkness. The contrast makes it impossible to see what's going on down there.
All right, Bison. You want to go for a ride, buddy?
This
I
dark shaft.
take my
is
maul
dangerous.
in one hand and step into the bucket.
I'm like, hang on. Let me get the rope first.
Well, do I have to operate the rope?
Wait. Before he goes down, I'm gonna take my flask of oil and oil up the pulley, so hopefully it won't make a loud squeaking noise, and let them know that we're coming.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna argue with you on this.
All right. So you.
I don't want to alert them.
Yeah, you don't want
to hide the presence.
Totally. So, Bison hops in the. I guess I shouldn't have said a winch. It's a pulley. It's a pulley with a rope. So you do have to hold the rope.
So if I don't hold it, does it drop immediately?
Do you want to try?
I don't know.
All right. So I grab the rope. I'm like, guys, come on, let's grab the rope, and we're gonna lower him down first.
Okay.
Well, we should lower him down. That way he can have his axe out just in case. So his hands are free.
It's a hammer. It's a goblin smasher.
Okay.
Gobble.
Oh, was I underwater again?
Yeah.
Or we were max headroom, one of the two.
Yeah. Blame the internet.
I do. I blame the internet for everything. So you guys start lowering down Bison, and he lowers down. You guys lower him all the way down. Eventually, your eyes adjust as you get lower, and there's enough sunlight filtering in that you can see the mine as you get to the bottom. And you get down there, and it's wet and muddy all over the place. There's some water dripping through the rocks. It's like a 40-foot descent. Also, as you were going down, you noticed that there was like a counterweight, like a big fucking heavy metal ball on a rope that like went back up. So the weight is balanced between the cart and the weight.
Mm-hmm.
You get down to the bottom, and you don't see anything about the ceiling. Is a little bit on the low side for you. It's 7 feet tall, so you don't have a lot of room for swinging your weapons around. But there's a nice big opening.
Okay. So I'll step out of the cart and send it back up.
Okay.
Shout, come on down.
All right.
There's
Pull
no
it back
hop.
up. I'll go next, maybe.
Can all three of us fit in the cart? I'm small.
Yeah, you guys could all fit.
Down we go.
Okay. You guys lower yourselves down, and everyone is now down in the mine shaft.
Okay. Now, can I see in the dark in this particular game system?
Yes.
As an elf. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, dwarves and elves have low light vision.
But we have candles, right? From the dude.
I have candles.
Yes.
Want to light some candles?
Got to set the mood.
Oh.
If you want to get in your mine shaft, you gotta light some candles.
Yeah.
And bring a little oil, apparently.
So you guys start.
I'll hand the. So we have two people. You two are humans. Can't see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll let them carry. I'll give them each a candle. Light it.
I carry the candle in one hand. I've got my spear ready in the other, and I continue tracking. See if I can look down.
Yeah, you can see the prints by your candlelight. The mud tastes kind of metallic, maybe a little bit ferrous.
So, iron mine?
Probably.
I'm a dwarf. Is this an iron mine?
Yeah, a combination. I mean, yeah, you see some old iron ore lying about, but you also see some other ores from other metals,
really
copper.
This is second edition. Make him roll to determine the slope and the depth.
It's not second edition. It's Neil and Dragons, guys.
All those absurd dwarf racials that
I know
no one ever uses.
There are like 2 paragraphs in one of the chapters. That...
I want them to determine our direction underground.
Yeah.
And our depth.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have the candle in one hand and my maul in the other.
Okay.
And I'll drop the candle as soon as we enter combat.
There's some.
You know what? Actually, I don't have a shield or anything, and I have a one-handed weapon. I guess I should carry a candle. I just really wanted somebody else to declare themselves a target by carrying it.
So you venture through the mine shafts for a little bit, and the ranger is tracking them. Please make another tracking check, actually, Mr.
Sure.
Ranger.
Is there enough room for all of us to walk? How wide is the path?
About 5 feet wide. You need to walk single file.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, I'll take the third position.
So I think Jackson's in front. I'm right
Yeah.
behind him.
Okay.
Sorry. Rosemary.
Rosemary. You walk for a little while, and eventually it splits, and you follow the tracks to the right as it goes, and then you follow the tracks way down this slope, and it splits again, and once again goes to the right. And at this point, you all need to make a perception check. Everyone.
All right, just
D20 plus your perception.
18. Oh,
Okay.
21. How?
that's a little higher than me, bro. It's not good.
You have 6 perception?
Is that the
Yeah.
quality check?
No, just a flat perception check.
Oh, so
Ah.
13.
Yeah.
I am one with the universe. All is known to me. I am part of it.
Okay.
Ouch.
So, Jax, as you're walking, you hear from up ahead of you chattering between different creatures, speaking in a guttural language.
All right,
You get an audio sample of the general language.
Bison is in the second position, right?
Hang on, I want to hear what it sounds like.
Okay, hold. Well, let me look up my document that tells me how creatures talk.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Where is that?
I found the rules for detecting slope, incidentally.
Nice.
Told you.
Linguistics. Here we go. Here's our linguistics. It sounds
I did
like
too. It's roll a copper piece.
Dude, dwarves are the center of the universe, right?
dwarves are the center of the universe still. So it sounds like Ramula, Magalaf, Orgdax.
Shit, that sounds bad.
I tap Bison on the shoulder and hold up my hand for him to stop, and then point to my ear, and I point for him. I point at
I give him a high
Rosemary, and hopefully Bison will think to stop Rosemary.
I don't know. Does he?
Bison, do you stop Rosemary?
Okay, I'll grab Rosemary's. I'll grab Rosemary's shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, I point to my elf ears there. All right, now do elves still speak like every frickin' language in the world like they do in second edition, or not here?
No. You speak Elven and Common and maybe something else, but probably not.
Okay,
It's based
so I
on your
just did a-
intel.
Yeah. So you don't know what language there's. I mean, it's a language that you don't really understand. You know it's related to Goblin because you recognize Goblin, and this sounds similar but not quite there.
Okay, so I keep listening. I hold up my hand for them to be quiet, and I listen, and then I start translating.
Okay. You're gonna have to make up your own translations here, though.
Yes.
I think that was the point.
Sounds like I really hope she likes this. Do you like this wrapping paper? I can never tie these bows right. They always come undone.
Talking about presents. They're talking about presents. They're talking about presents. Let's smash the presents.
This has got to be the place, guys.
That's it. Dude, good job.
You better include the receipt. No way she'll like this for sure. I just know it.
Smash. So I'm gonna start trudging down the hallway.
All right,
I
I
have
guess
Rosemary.
You're ready.
I mime being really quiet and walking cartoon stealthily.
All right. Moving silently checks. Can I do a moving silently check?
Yes.
All right.
I don't even get to do that, do I?
You do, but it's just a straight D20 for you. And for Justin, it's also straight D20, but dwarves have a -4 on all stealth checks.
Oh God, Ryan.
So I get a 6.
Ryan steps in a pile of bells, buzzers.
Not good.
Yeah. Robert, can you give me a move silently check as well?
I did. You
Oh,
didn't see that?
the 26?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jax is being super quiet. The ranger, Rosemary, is sneaking along too, like stepping on this every now and then. And behind Rosemary comes this like blundering barbarian, like clunk, clunk,
I'm
clunk.
ahead
Like
of him. I'm in the lead.
you're in the lead. You're in the very
I
lead.
pushed ahead when we stopped to listen.
Yeah, you like kick a bucket accidentally and like bounds down the hill. And then there's this dwarf behind him
Almost
being
trips,
like
grabs a
slightly
fire
quiet, but
alarm
then
to
like
steady himself.
slipping and cursing every now and then. Yeah, it's not a pretty sign.
I
I'm
just kind of stop and
Yeah.
rub my face for a little bit.
I keep trudging. I don't even notice how loud I am.
Of course not. Why would you, right?
He fails his perception check to notice how loud he's being.
Yeah, it's just loud. As you guys get lower, you see some light ahead, and the tunnel opens up into a very large room. But you're still like coming down, so there's like a shaft, and you're coming down it, and it opens up down here, and there's some light coming out down from here, but you can't see what it is. But you can definitely see that the walls open and extend. So you're still coming down the shaft, and there's still some tracks.
Still trudging along with the spear. Do we hear anything yet? Can we hear
Yeah,
people?
everyone can hear at this point. The voices are getting louder.
All right.
Are they getting louder like a, where's the intruders? This way. Everybody grab your weapons and kill them kind of sound, or?
It's difficult to tell with all the echoing whether it's just you getting closer or they're speaking louder. Because you also have to.
Speaking angrily, like kill the intruders.
It always sounds angry. It's like they're speaking Cantonese or something. Kidding, Cantonese viewers. I'm kidding. Not really. Cantonese sounds really angry if you don't know it.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
I always thought hobgoblins spoke German.
I'm saying it sounds angry like Cantonese, not saying it sounds like Cantonese. I'm going for the. Yeah.
You're speaking German with a Cantonese accent.
Sure.
Okay, I've got the picture then.
All right.
Kobolds clearly speak German. It's German mythology.
These aren't kobolds.
We could
They're
go. Oh yeah, they're
hobgoblins.
hobgoblins. Yeah.
That's like, I don't even know what mythology it's from, but
They
these are
speak German.
these are Tolkien hobgoblins.
They speak German.
Urukai.
So
All
do
right,
you guys
guys.
just keep walking, or do you?
Yeah. Trying to be quiet.
I made
Yeah.
sure the two big guys are in front, and
Two big
I
guys.
also the two humans.
The people who
Okay.
aren't him, basically, are in front.
I'm trying to position myself so that the two humans are in front of me and the dwarf is behind me, and I'm safely in the middle.
All right. What happens, man? We're trudging.
You're
We're
trudging. You're trudging. The bison walks down and open to this big chamber. Looks like it's been carved out and has been used as some sort of like common room. There's a large table running down the middle, and you see 6 hobgoblins holding weapons, like facing the door, like talking to one another. Not the door, the entryway where you guys are looking, talking to one another, like anticipating something. And then this lumbering bison walks in. The ceiling's like 10 feet tall here. It's a really big room. There's a lantern dangling down in the center out of the domed room, kind of like hanging down most of the way. That's providing a lot of light. And the hobgoblins appear to have just been eating dinner or something, or some meal.
So
How far away are they?
10 feet, 15 feet.
10 feet from me?
You said there's a table in the middle?
Yeah, there's a long table, probably 15 feet long. The room
Okay.
is basically circular with like a diameter of 30 feet. There's a long 15-foot table that runs perpendicular to where your line of march. That
Are there
crosses the
other
center of the room.
exits?
So
There are 2 other exits. Yeah,
All of them are in front or behind the table?
they're all behind the table.
Okay.
Okay.
They all have spears for weapons.
Sweet. I'm going to grab a javelin.
hmm
Actually, how far are they away?
15 feet from bison.
Okay. I'm going to rush in and jump onto the table. They're standing on the other side of the table from us, right?
Right. You're gonna rush in and
Yeah.
jump onto the table.
I will not be doing a charge attack, but I will be jumping onto the table.
A
Okay.
vertical charge.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
It's not a
Well, at this
charge.
point-
I don't want to
Charging the
charge,
ceiling.
charge into a wall of spears.
Set to receive your charge.
All right. Well, at
There's
this
no
point,
charge.
we all need to roll initiatives then.
You guys ruined phase 1.
No, that's wrong.
So
That wasn't much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna just attack with my spear. I'm gonna do melee attack. Okay, 7.
So you're charging in front of the bison? Everyone is apparently.
Well, I mean, you can get up there, but it's taking you some time to like get up there, and because you hop on the table, and then you got to start swinging your weapon. So you might get
I'm
there
not- yeah,
before
I'm
the
not-
tier 4.
I'm not jumping on the table. That's not happening.
Right. Well, I thought that was just bison.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just do their initiatives here. What's the initiatives for spear, Jackson? Rosemary?
He is 6.
6. Okay. So that is going to be 8, 12, 9, 8, 13, and 13. And
Oh, wow.
Bison gets 15. Stinky. You're not Stinky anymore. What are you? Murky. Your new name is Murky. Is 14. Jax is 11. And Rosemary is 7. Okay.
So they could have been planning a surprise party. We really don't have a big reason to attack them. I mean, they could be.
You guys are
sweaters. I don't know.
wade in. Bison gets like starts
Cold.
going towards them, starts climbing up on the table, getting his big
There's
ass
no
out.
climbing. I have 15 athletics. I jump right on top.
Jumps up onto the table. Rosemary like runs along the side of him and reaches over the table to spear one of the hobgoblins. Rolls to hit, and he rolls a 10 and nicks the hobgoblin's armor without actually hitting him. And I should switch the screen to the one with the dice.
And I'll roll initiative again. Plus 5. 6. Ooh.
6.
You get to see you go twice before I can go once.
Is Bison's battle cry, "I'm here to beat you off with a stick"?
I don't know.
Smash.
One of the hobgoblins stands over the table and spears at Rosemary and misses. Ouch. And then 2 others try and take a stab at Bison. One of which actually hits. And Bison, you take 2 damage.
That's
All
for-
absorbed by armor.
All absorbed by armor. Yay, 5, 10, 10. And then Jack goes. Jack. Not Jackson.
This seems like we've totally got a misunderstanding going on here now. This is not what we were paid to do. I guess there's nothing for it but to kill this group and move on to the next one, I guess. So one of them that's flanking. Who just got stabbed? Was that Rosemary?
I did, but it
Bison,
didn't pierce
yeah.
my armor.
It just pierced his
Or
armor.
pierced
All right.
my armor and tickled me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna move to flank and then go for the backstab.
Okay, so you got to like start walking around the table then, because the table's kind of blocking your path.
And I'm really
So-
fast.
Right behind.
Yeah, we're gonna have to delay your turn just a little bit to get all the way around the table.
Okay.
So we'll delay you until 14. The rest of the hobgoblins all go right now. Another 2 come up to Bison. So like there's one standing on the table on your flank. 3 of them in front of you. One in front of you hits. The one on your flank hits. Neither of them critical. And you take 2 damage and 4 damage.
All right. I may burn through my armor this game.
Maybe.
I told you that was going to happen.
Maybe.
But it's just a hide. It's getting stabbed by spears a lot.
Yeah.
There's another one that takes another stab at Rosemary. Rosemary, what's your AC?
12, I think. Let me just
Double check. Because they
Yeah,
rolled
it's
okay, they
No,
rolled a
14.
14? Okay, that misses you just barely. Hits your armor, but without causing any damage. And then the last one meets with Jack at the exact same time that Jack attacks, but Rosemary is also attacking at the same time. So
Jack
Rosemary, hit the goblin. You go first. Rosemary. Rosemary.
Jackson.
Turn, Jackson.
Rosemary.
Sorry.
For a second.
Great that I have names. Ah!
Oh, you brutally miss.
Brutally missed. Okay, I'll roll initiative again.
Okay, Jack. One of them saw you going around, so he went to counter you, and so he and you come face to face at the same time. And he makes a swing or stab with his sword as you stab with your rapier.
Okay, so I still get to attack the one I'm flanking?
Yeah, you're not flanking him. Like you had to go around the table to flank
Uh-huh.
because there were guys standing over the table, and he saw you going around, so he came around the table too. If we
So
look,
Bison's still on the table, or
Bison's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at roll 20, we've got this nice long table coming across the center. We've got Bison, and we've got Rosemary, and Jack was going around the side. Ooh, here's question mark. I don't know where the dwarf is.
Can we have Bison start dancing on the table? Is that an option?
Possibly. I should switch the overlay so chat can see this.
you zoom out on this? Oh, here.
Here we go. So this is kind of what it looked like, and then one of the hobgoblins came over here to attack with Jack, while there was still another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Yeah. And of course,
So
this
there's
is
a
not to
hobgoblin
scale.
on the table with me?
Yeah, there's one on the table with you. Anyway, Jack, one of them is attacking you as you are attacking it.
All right.
Unless you don't want to attack that one. You're not required to, but it's right in front of you. And swinging at you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to get stabby with him.
The table's 15 feet long, about 3 feet wide, plus a bench to sit on. So this is definitely not to scale. Okay, the hobgoblin misses you. And he also doesn't hit you.
All right.
Okay. He misses and also doesn't.
Yeah.
I guess I will stab him until I think of something better to do.
Okay. 11 is a miss. Initiative. Oh, and Murky, you're also
Yeah,
going
it's
right
me.
now. Yeah. But you're on the other side of the table, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think you added.
13. No, I hadn't hit enter yet. Now they've all been added together. Murky, you swing at a hobgoblin and hit it. For how much damage? 10. Holy crap, you fell the hobgoblin that's standing in front of you.
The one on the table?
Yeah, the one on the table.
Does he have a funny facial expression when he dies?
No. No.
God damn it!
All right.
Frustrated.
I drew one too many hobgoblins, I think. Yeah,
You drew 6.
I drew 7.
There's 6 H's. Oh, you drew 7.
No, there's
Yeah.
7.
Just erase that one in front of me.
Yeah.
Get rid of that one. This is cool that I can draw. You're going to get mad at me and revoke my privileges, I'm sure, but...
You know what? You can't
Is
be
there an
worse than
erase?
In Control. In Control draws dicks all over everything, all the time. Initiative, Justin.
Oh, sorry.
13. Oh, that's beautiful. Bison.
Do I get a +1 for high ground?
Sure. Yeah, totally. Makes sense. I approve. Your axe goes and splits the
It's a
table in
hammer.
front of you. Oh, your maul.
It's a
I'm
goblin
sorry.
smasher.
Your maul smashes into his quiche that he was eating, and it splatters all over the place. Ooh, nice.
Initiative.
All right, one of them hobgoblins
Hobgoblin
right in front of you
kneecaps.
takes a swing at your kneecaps or a stab at your kneecaps and misses wildly. Jack.
Feeling I'm creative, I'll stab again. Inspiration hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the hobgoblin?
No. His name is Destiny. Oh, you missed Destiny. Initiative. And the other two hobgoblins fighting Jacks or Bison. Sorry, one of them that's fighting Bison, one of them that's fighting Rosemary.
All right.
It makes an attack. Bison, Rosemary. Oh my God, Rosemary! You just got criticaled, I think. What's your AC? 14?
14.
14? Oh, you totally got criticaled.
Oh.
Make a critical resistance check.
All right,
Oh shit, son!
20 plus 6.
Yeah. You gotta roll a 20 or higher.
Boom.
Yeah, but you take 12 damage.
Okay, I am dead.
Don't you have armor?
Oh, I am almost dead.
So you take 10. What's your total HP?
I'm down to 1.
Okay.
You have 11 HP.
I have 11 HP. That's right. We can all do math here.
Years of playing D&D.
So, heal that guy.
Heal that guy. Give that man his HPs.
Can I change my next round action to...
If you want, you'd have to re-roll right now, right?
Yeah, you'd re-roll initiative from where you are currently, which is 19. Do you want to change to a heal?
I'm coming up at like 27, aren't
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
That's a ways off.
You can change it?
No.
No? Okay. No, you can always decide to change it later.
If you roll crappy, can you like decide to try again in 1 second?
No, if you start abusing the initiative system like that, I'll DM hacks it against you.
Hey man, it just shows that I'm a player that cares about the game. That's what happens.
Right. All right. The second hobgoblin that's fighting Rosemary, seeing his comrade critical you so badly in the chest, decides to do the same and takes a swing.
He decides to critical me.
Decides to critical you, but he just hits you instead, just by 1.
He Justin hits you?
He hits you by 1. He rolls a 14. And for damage, he rolls a 2.
Okay, so I'm almost dead still.
You're almost dead still?
Yeah.
Okay.
The armor absorbs it.
All right.
Wait, how does it? Is there like special rules with like leather versus other armor and stuff? Like,
What
is
do you
that thing?
You look cooler in it.
Okay.
You mean
Well,
like
your armor absorbs all the
Armor
damage,
just,
right?
like,
So you're still at 1
universally
HP.
Absorbs all types of damage the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna roll with that for now. Otherwise, because then chainmail shouldn't actually absorb bludgeoning damage, but then it should be better against this, but then weaker against that. Too fucking complicated. Armor universally absorbs damage. Rosemary, it's your turn to get your stabby on.
Get that goblin back. Hobgoblin.
All right, let's do this thing. Plus 3.
17 is a hit.
All right.
They're all wearing leather armor though.
All right. So my D6 plus 1. 6.
Nice.
Stab him through the throat, and I guess that doesn't technically eviscerate him, but you eviscerate his throat, and he
All right.
tumbles to the ground, dead.
I give a battle cry.
Can we hear your battle cry?
Trying to make it as much like Blanca as possible.
Nice.
Is it
Initiative.
similar to the mound you make at the end of a sponge bath?
Yes.
I think it should be a squirrel-like battle cry.
My squirrel's chilling, getting drunk.
Yeah.
Actually,
Jax, the
Right.
hobgoblin in front of you, takes a mighty stab in your general direction. And by general direction, I mean that, like the chair right next to you. He really fucking hates that chair. He stabs it with all his force.
He's unhappy that he had to spend his last meal sitting in that chair.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, regrets for life. Bison, 25, your turn.
Wait, I look down at where he stabbed the chair, look up at him, just sort of raise an eyebrow and tilt my head.
17.
I want him to feel scorned.
17 is a hit.
Do I successfully make him feel scorned?
Oh, yeah, he
Damage.
rolls a 1 on his willpower check. He feels so scorned. 8 damage. You play whack-a-mole with his face. and his face gets whack-a-mole. Dead.
Do you have like? Do you have
10 initiative.
like a little cheat sheet of like you play whack-a-mole with his face?
No, dude, I've just gotten so good at this stuff that I come up with it all on my
Eviscerate his throat.
own. Yeah. Hobgoblin number 2 attacks Bison. You guys should see what he has been doodling to the to the roll thingy.
I'm just killing all the hobgoblins.
No, wrong.
That's
thing,
how
wrong
you
thing.
spell dead.
There we go. Show windows. There. That's what it looks like now, guys. Okay. Whose turn is it now? It is. Oh yeah, the hobgoblin that's attacking Bison. The last one. Last hobgoblin attacking Bison. Stares at you. Actually, I think this one here. There's one too many hobgoblins actually fighting Rosemary at this point.
No, I erased one. Wait, didn't I?
No, because Rosemary
Yeah,
killed one.
Okay.
There's two
How do you erase in this?
still left alive.
You highlight and delete. It's a pain in the ass. I can only I can delete because I'm GM.
I can delete my own things, maybe.
Can you?
Yeah.
Cool. The remaining hobgoblin against Bison takes a stabby stab and misses, and rolls himself some initiative. Oh, terrible. Murky, it's your turn. Or Slurpee? I don't know. We're just gonna change you back to question marks. 14 is a hit. 9 damage. That's a kill. I guess you had walked over the table or something to attack the last one that's attacking Bison. That's fine. You crawl over the table, bash the last guy. It's not penultimate. What's the third to last? Second to last? Third, I don't know. You smash.
Penult.
Now there's only
Must have been
2
a second
left.
to last.
There we go. And initiative. Did you roll initiative? You rolled 12 for initiative. Jakk! You've been sparring with this guy for a while now. Neither of you have landed a significant
12.
blow. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so he's only got one friend back there.
He's got one friend back there.
All right. I'm gonna hold up a finger, point back behind him. Does he look?
No, he's not falling for that trick. He's confident that his friends have overwhelming numbers.
All right. In that case, I'll stab.
Oh, you hit.
You hit. Roll for damage. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Finally, hobgoblins.
Now they're just size regular, right?
They're size regular,
Not
yeah.
much.
6.
Nice.
Nice. He does not die, however. Roll initiative. This hobgoblin actually has HP. And remember, they have leather armor, so that actually only deals 4 to him.
I try.
Oh, so loud. Rosemary. What are you doing, Rosemary?
I'm attacking. I'm next to next to Jack.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
moving
you
over and attacking.
scoot down the table, and 17. Actually, that's an 18 because you got a flanking attack here. So
Oh, sweet.
hit. Still, no difference. Just yeah.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
D6 plus
1.
1.
7. Oh wow!
Oh.
You stab him through the shoulder, like just under the shoulder. He's like raising his hands, and you get him right between the ribs into his lungs, and you can hear a "Goodbye, mother" as he falls to the ground, whispering.
Whoa, he
his
speaks
last-
common?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
totally. He's gone.
That sounds like that must be his first language. If he's like
Maybe mother makes presents.
Maybe.
presents. Sounds like a cult.
Rosemary, initiative.
Yes. Boom.
6. Nice. The remaining hobgoblin, last one, instead of stabbing, because now Rosemary's moved, he just hurls his spear at Bison and then starts to turn and run, although he can't do that all in one turn, so he's starting to turn and run. Bison, the spear goes way over your head. Like, it hits the seal. Oh, and he rolls shitty on initiative. He slips in the mud as he turns to run. And Bison, it is your turn, as well as Rosemary's turn at the same time.
All right.
Followed by Jakk 1 second later.
All right, I'm gonna just lunge over the table and just have at him.
Okay. I'll give you a +1 for lunging over the table, but Ryan hits him. Wow. Actually, what's your strength, Hob? Not Hob.
But also, it's a back
15.
attack, right?
Okay, so 8. Oh, you almost critical. You don't critical him. For you, it would be a back attack.
Critical on
You
can
can
you
critical.
critical if it's not
Yeah, so
not
if
an
you look,
actual 18.
if you look at your character sheet under critical hit adjust, the number outside of the parentheses is how much you need to clear by to critical. The number inside the parentheses is how much you need to clear by to critical if you roll an 18 or higher.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you had rolled a 20, that would have been fine. In fact, well, he's turning to run, so that's an additional. That's a whatever.
Well, I already put a +1.
He's
from the high
dead,
ground.
though.
The
Oh,
point, he's dead.
yeah.
He can't have that much life. But
Alright.
but Rosemary, do your diving attack as well. Let's just see how
Wait,
badly.
you're dead though, right?
Well, you guys go at the same time. You're both on
Okay.
35. So he's like
Oh
clubbing
my
him in the
gosh,
head
guys, I wonder what's gonna happen.
as
I
you're
guess
diving over the table.
All right, so I get like plus 100, right?
Sure.
All right,
All right,
1,007.
You hit. All right, he's dead. He's dead. Fine. All the hobgoblins are slain.
Did I clear enough?
No, you miss. And
Yes.
and we're gonna go into our last break before we finish up the show. So we'll see you guys in about 3 minutes. See you soon.
More hobgoblin smashing after this.